Hello, hello, hello. Sorry, I'm running a little late. Dogs and stuff and stuff. I didn't even actually plan on doing a show this morning, but I was up late as usual. Well, it's Saturday. I got up late uh, for me. So yeah, let's just start playing some music, and I'll talk in a few minutes. Oh, that's from yesterday. Let's start here.
The sun came up upon the left, out of the sea came he. And he shone bright, and on the right went down into the sea. Higher and higher every day, till over the mast at noon. The wedding guest here beat his breast, for he heard the loud bassoon. The bride hath paced into the hall, red as a rose is she, nodding their heads before her goat, the merry minstrelsy. The wedding guest, he beat his breast, yet he cannot choose but hear. And thus spake on that ancient man, the bright-eyed mariner. And now the storm blast came, and he was tyrannous and strong. He struck with his oar, taking wings, and chased us south along. The bride hath paced into the hall, red as a rose is she, nodding their heads before her goat, the merry minstrelsy. The wedding guest, he beat his breast, yet he cannot choose but hear. And thus spake on that ancient man, the bright-eyed mariner. The storm blast came, and he was tyrannous and strong. He struck with his oar, taking wings, and chased us south along. The bride hath paced into the hall, red as a rose is she, no new, nodding their heads before her goat, the merry minstrelsy, the merry minstrelsy. The wedding guest, he beat his breast, yet he cannot choose but hear. And thus spake on that ancient man, the bright-eyed mariner. The bright-eyed mariner. The bright-eyed mariner. The bright-eyed mariner. The bright-eyed mariner.
Hey, that is awesome. That is freaking awesome. Yeah, post your link in the chat for yeah, post your links in the chat and stuff. Hey, House. As an artist, I'll tell you, you're usually harder on yourself than other people are, you know, or they're just nice to you because they don't want to hurt your feelings. Either way, pretty soon you just gotta roll the dice. You can do it, Kia. Who else? Kathy, how's it going, Kathy? Sorry you've been suffering from insomnia. I know it sucks. My insomnia is usually caused by my bladder, and then I oversleep. Oh, well, in certain things, the Rolling Stones had it right. What a drag it is getting old. All right, so we'll just play this one. A man who is falling among thieves. E.E. Cummings.
A man who had fallen among thieves lay by the roadside on his back, dressed in 15 frayed ideas, wearing a round year for a hat. Fate, Paris, somewhat more than less. Emancipated evening had in return for consciousness, endowed him with a changeless grin. Oh, whereon a dozen staunch and leal citizens did graze at pause, then fired by hyper-civic zeal, sought newer pastures, or because swaddled in the frozen brook of pinkest vomit out of eyes, which noticed nobody he looked, as if he did not care to rise. One hand did nothing on the vest, its white flow thread clenched weakly could dirt, while the mute trouser fly confessed a button solemnly inert. Rushing from whom the stiffened puke, I put him all into my arms, and staggered bang with terror through a million billion trillion stars. Oh, one hand did nothing on the vest, its white flow thread clenched weakly dirt, while the mute trouser fly confessed a button solemnly inert. Rushing from whom the stiffened puke, I put him all into my arms, and staggered bang with terror through a million billion trillion stars. Oh, yeah, stars. Oh, yeah, stars.
I'll pray save next week when I get paid. Yes, we are our own worst critics. Like, there's my poem Late Christmas Eve Morning that I published 30 years ago. I look at it today and I'm like, I could have wrote that better. I could have wrote that better. But it's out there already. Pretty safe. Cool. Good. All right. Yeah. Enough jibber jabber jabberish. This morning's not for talking. This morning is for listening. Let's listen to this one.
I hate my verses, every line, every word. Oh, pale and brittle pencils ever to try. One grass blade's curve, or the throat of one bird that clings to twig, ruffled against white sky. Oh, cracked and twilight mirrors ever to catch one color, one glinting hash of the splendor of things. Unlucky hunter, oh, bullets of wax, the lion beauty, the wild swan wings, the storm of the wings. This wild swan of a world is no hunter's game. Better bullets than yours would miss the white breast. Better mirrors than yours would crack in the flame. Does it matter whether you hate yourself? At least love your eyes that can see, your mind that can hear the music, the thunder of the wings. Love the wild swan. This wild swan of a world is no hunter's game. Better bullets than yours would miss the white breast. Better mirrors than yours would crack in the flame. Does it matter whether you hate yourself? At least love your eyes that can see, your mind that can hear the music, the thunder of the wings. Love the wild swan.
I think that was kind of fortuitous, considering what we were talking about. Yeah. Be grateful for what you got. It's a lesson we need to learn every day. At least I try to learn every day. Today's the day. 5 years ago today, my oldest brother, the one I had a complicated relationship with, the one who abused me in some ways. Well, he abused me when we were kids. He died today, 5 years ago. A lot of things were happening 5 years ago, too. You know, the pandemonium, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Poor leadership and everybody being caught with their freaking pants down. And then, you know, people dying. I was one of those guys that had an essential job. I delivered food from restaurants, you know, not for restaurants. I worked for like Grubhub or a DoorDash. It's called Bites One. And yeah, was like, thinking back, it was like I was living in a ghost town in some ways. Of course, my life didn't change too much, relatively speaking. I've always been a misanthrope for the most part, a loner, very few friends, and, you know, so but that's also when the cracks really started forming with me and my ex-girlfriend. Yeah, lot process. A lot to think about. Yes, we get through it. We get through it. I don't have Spotify. My main music video is YouTube. And I want an actual physical media. Now, Joe, are you going to offer like vinyl? Like, I would like to buy a vinyl of yours, because that's what I'm gonna try to do when I put out this Emily Dickinson album I'm working on. Yeah. But yeah, I want a physical media. I got a record player in there, an actual record player. You know, I'd like to. You know, one of the few childhood memories I have that are precious was getting on the stereo, getting a limited record collection, very limited. We had I remember we had the Monkees, lots of ABBA, Neil Diamond, Johnny Horton. I think you could do it kind of like drop shipping. I think Amazon might actually offer that. I don't know. I'm going to do some research. I'll let you know, because that's what I want to do with my stuff. I want to actually, you know, be able to offer people to buy it like that if they want to, CDs, because physical media, it's always good to have physical media. Yeah, I have a tape player, but it's an old clock, and you know, I used to play CDs on my computer, which I don't have a CD player for. Oh yeah. Yeah. We'll figure it out. Oh, here. Let's go.
Tis midnight o'er the dimmer's lonely bosom. Dark, dusky, windy, midnight swift are driven. The swelling vapors onward, every blossom bathes its bright petals in the tears of heaven. Imperfect, half-seen objects meet the sight. The other half our fancy must portray. One dull, lengthened sheet of swimming light lies the broad lake. The moon conceals her ray, sketched faintly by a pale and lurid gleam. Shot through the glimmering clouds, the lovely planet is shrouded in obscurity. The scream of owl is silent, and the rocks of granite rise tall and drearily, while damp and dank hang the thick willows on the reedy bank. Beneath the gurgling eddy slowly creep, blackened by foliage and the glutting wave. that saps eternally. The cold grey steep sounds heavily within the hollow cave. All earth is restless from his glossy wing. The heat fowl lifts his head at intervals. Like driving rainy come the bursting squalls. All nature wears her dun-dead covering. Tempest is named storm, spreads its black mantle over mountains form, and mingled with the rising roar is swelling from the far hunter's booth, the bloodhounds yelling. The water falls in various cadence chiming, or in one loud unbroken sheet descending. Saw the throne of night's dark womb, the moaning bodies love spreading up faintly through the checkered gloom. The forest halfway up the mountain climbing resound with crash of falling branches quiver. Their ages mossy trunks. The startled doe leaps from a leafy lair. The swelling river winds his broad stream, majestic, deep, and slow.
I like that one, although I might try to remix it with 4.5 to make it a little longer. All right, if you want to know more about me and my relationship with my brother, go to this link. It's where I first talk about what happened. It's on My Other's Keeper. If you're not subscribed to Kim, give her a subscribe. I've got a whole playlist of stuff that I've done with her, so you can just explore my story by watching her videos. You know, she's good people. All right. Let's do let's do this one. Jabberwocky. Oh.
And the sliding toes, it gyre and gimble in the wave. All mimsy were the moral goes, and the mole rats outgrave. Beware the Jabberwock, my son, the jaws that bite, the claws that catch. Beware the jump bird and shun, the frumious bandersnatch. He took his vorpal sword in hand. Long time the man some foe he sought. So rested he by the tum-tum tree, and stood a while in thought. And as in fish thought he stood, the Jabberwock with eyes aflame came whiffling through the tulgey wood and bubbled as it came. Jabberwock, come to my arms, my beamish boy. Oh, frabjous day, Kalu Kalay, he chortled in his joy. 'Twas brilliant, the slithy toes did gyre and dimble in the wave. All men see were the barnacles and the mome rats outgrave.
All right, I lost connectivity there for a second. We're having storms today, I think. Yeah, you're in Hong Kong. Expensive to ship. So yeah, I'll let y'all know when if I can figure something like that out. Because yeah, I want one of these. You can get these combos. I've seen, like, I just have a little bitty, looks like a little bitty briefcase, a little small briefcase turntable, that I have to actually hook speakers into. But you can get these combos. Looks like an old style record player with a lift up lid. That's where the records are, and it's got on one side it's got a tape player, an actual cassette tape player, and then it's got a CD tray and a USB, so you can play anything. I'm gonna get one of those because I have some old vinyl. I have like some Frank Zappa, this group from the 80s, mid 80s called Kicks. Like one of the first, yeah, one of my first shows was them opening up for Rat, and they just blew everybody away. Yeah. And stuff, and like I got some old sticks. I've got like some old old little 45s of some Bee Gees songs. Yeah, I got a bunch of old little vinyl here. Maybe if I can get vinyl printed up for some of my stuff, we'll do a live listen to some vinyl, because we can. But we can also listen to some Wallace Stevens, Disillusionment of 10 o'clock.
Are haunted by white nightgowns, none are green or purple with green rings, or green with yellow rings, or yellow with blue rings. None of them are strange with socks of lace and beaded censures. People are not going to dream of baboons and periwinkles. Only here and there an old sailor, drunk and asleep in his boots, catches tigers in red
Yep, we're gonna have to redo that one.
The sky lazily disdaining to pursue the setting sun, too indolent to hold a lengthened tournament for flashing gold, passively darkens for night's barbecue, a feast of moon and men barking hounds, an orgy for some genius of the South, with blood-hot eyes and cane-lipped scented mouth, surprised in making folk songs from soul sounds. The sawmill blows its whistle, but all stop, and silence breaks the bud of Nolan Hill, soft settling pollen where plowed lands fulfill their early promise of a bumper crop. Smoke from the pyramidal sawdust pile curls up blue ghosts of trees tarrying low, where only chips and stumps are left to show the solid proof of former domicile. Meanwhile, the men with vestiges of pomp race memories of king and caravan, high priest and ostrich and a Juju man, go singing through the footpaths of the swamp. Their voices rise, the pine trees are guitars, strumming pine needles fall like sheets of rain. Their voices rise, the chorus of the cane is caroling, a vesper till the oh, singers restless and soft your songs above the sacred whisper of the pines. Give virgin lips to cornfield concubines. Bring dreams of Christ to dusky cane-lit floors.
Oh boy.
Bake the day she suddenly dropped dead. We chew it slowly, that last apple pie. Shocked into sleeplessness, you're scared of bed. We never could talk much, and now don't try. You're like bookends, the pair of you, she'd say. Hog that great, say nothing, sit, sleep, stare. The scholar me, you worn out on poor pay. Only our silence made us seem a pair. Not as good for staring in blue gas. Too regular each, but each yellow spike. At night you need my company. not here to tell us we're alike. Your life's all shattered into smithereens. Back in our silences and sullen looks. For all the scotch we drink, what's still betweens? Not the 30 or so years, but books, books, books. You're like bookends, the pair of you, she'd say. Hog that crate, say nothing, sit, sleep, stare. The scholar me, you worn out on poor pay. Only our silence made us seem a pair. The scholar me, you worn out on poor pay. Only our silence made us seem a pair. Not as good for staring in blue gas. Too regular each, but each yellow spike. At night you need my company to pass. And she not here to tell us we're alike. Your life's all shattered into smithereens. Back in our silences and sullen looks. For all the scotch we drink, what's still betweens? Not the 30 or so years, but books, books, books.
Yeah, I almost thought about getting my Irish out of the freezer this morning, but no, too early here. But it's supposed to be raining. Hi T, how's it going, my dear? Hope you had a lovely day. It's supposed to be raining off and on for the next several days, and it's been raining off and on for the last several weeks. We have more than enough. I'm like, my front yard's becoming a freaking swamp every time it rains. So yeah. We're up. We had enough rain. It was raining there earlier, but there's sometimes when we need it. I just don't like it because, yeah, we've had too much of it in it. Especially when the thunderstorms get through here, I don't get any sleep because my dog trying to climb into my bookshelf to get away from the storms, and I'm afraid that the bookshelf is going to fall over on her. Then we can't have that now, can we? Oh, yes. So today is the day. Today is the day. Oh, yeah. So let's play this one. No. I don't want to go that way. Let's do something here. A little soothing. How's that sound? I'm all for soothing. For a minute.
Within this black hive tonight, there swarm a million bees. Bees passing in and out the moon, bees escaping out the moon, bees returning through the moon. Silver bees intently buzzing, silver honey dripping from the swarm of bees. Earth is a waxen cell of the world comb, and I a drone, lying on my back. passing in and out the moon, bees escaping out the moon, bees returning through the moon, silver bees intently buzzing, silver honey dripping from the swarm of bees. Earth is a waxen cell of the world comb, and I, a drone lying on my back, lipping honey, getting drunk with that silver honey. Wish that I might fly out past the moon and curl forever in some far-off farmyard flower. When curl forever in some far-off farmyard flower.
That's interesting. Yeah, you that would be the monsoon season. I guess that's here the rainy season usually starts in December and it's supposed to be over by now. But that's changing weather patterns for you. Yeah, it affects some people differently than it does areas differently than it does others. Yeah. Oh no. Are you going to start doing your thing, Bella? Oh boy. You might actually get to see her try to climb into my bookshelf. But yeah, you guys got the jet stream and all that stuff. What's going to happen if it starts messing up? I don't know. But Ireland's on my bucket list, and you know, sooner rather than later, I hope. And oh, where's it here? Tropical Rain, huh? Well, I'm going to play an original. I wrote this particular little poem from a writing prompt on this Facebook page I'm on for writing prompts. So it's called Tropical Rain, if I can find it. Right here. This one's by me.
Tropical rain on a tin roof. One of the little things I love to me is one more bit of proof that there's nature's God above, that there's nature's God above. Tropical rain on a tin roof. I'm lulled to sleep with its sound. To me it is beyond all reproof, that to do so is profound, that to do so is profound. Tropical rain on a tin roof. Oh, how I always love to hear. To me, it makes me so aloof whenever it happens to appear. Yes, whenever it happens to appear. Tropical rain on a tin roof. I'll love it till the day I die. To me, its beauty is truth. Hear it and you'll know why. Hear it and you'll know why. I really say? To me, all I wish for you is to experience it one day. Is to experience it one day. Tropical rain on a tin roof. Oh, how I always love to hear. To me, it makes me so aloof whenever it happens to appear. Yes, whenever it happens to appear. Tropical rain on a tin roof. Oh, how I always love to hear. To me, it makes me so aloof whenever it happens to appear. Yes, whenever it happens to appear.
So yes, that was an original by one. And you know, it could be better. So what do y'all think of that? Let's see here. Let's go back to here. Let's see here. Let's play another one of these. Oh boy, the thunder is starting.
I've watched the seasons passing slow, so slow. In the fields between Libassay and Bethune, primroses and the first warm day of spring, red poppy floods of June, August and yellowing autumn sow. Two winter nights, knee deep in mud or snow, and you've been everything. Dear, you've been everything that I most lack. In these soul deadening trenches, pictures, books, music, the quiet of an English wood, beautiful comrade looks, the narrow bouldered mountain track, the broad full bosomed ocean, green and black, and peace and all that's good. Dear, you've been everything that I most lack. In these soul deadening trenches, pictures, books, music, the quiet of an English wood, beautiful comrade looks, the narrow bouldered mountain track, the broad full bosomed ocean, green and black, and peace and all that's good. Dear, you've been everything that I most lack. In these soul deadening trenches, is good.
Yeah, that one was called 1915. Oh, yes, and the thunder is starting, so about that, let's just go ahead and play another one. Well, my Bella figures out what she's going to do. We'll play this one.
The opal heart of afternoon was clouding onto throbs of storm. Ashen within the ardent west, the lips of thunder muttered harm. And as a bubble like to break, hung heaven's trembling amethyst, when with the sedge grass by the lake I braceleted her wrist. And when the ribbon grass was tight, sad with the happiness we planned, palm linked in palm we stood a while and watched the raindrops dot the sand, until the anger of the breeze chilled all the lake's bright breathing down and ravished all the radiances from her deep eyes of brown. Days from shelter on the snow, and throughout heart-swept ghostly pain, to see the shards of days we passed, broken and none might mend again. Broken that none shall ever mend, loosened that none shall ever tie. Oh, the wind and the wind, will it never end? Oh, the sweeping past of the ruined sky. And when the ribbon grass was tied, sad with the happiness we planned, palm linked in palm we stood a while and watched the raindrops dot the sand, until the anger of the breeze chilled all the lake's bright breathing down and ravished all the radiances from her deep eyes of brown. From her deep eyes of brown. From her deep eyes of brown. Oh, from heaven ends, loosen that none shall ever tie. Oh, the wind and the wind, will it never end? Oh, the sweeping past of the ruined sky. The art of losing isn't hard to master. So many things seem filled with the intent to be lost, that their loss is no disaster. Lose something every day except the fluster of lost or keys, the hour badly spent. The art of losing isn't hard to master. Then practice losing farther, losing faster. and names and where it was you meant to travel. But these will bring disaster. I lost my mother's watch, and look, my last door, next to last of 3 loved houses went. The art of losing isn't hard to master. I lost 2 cities, lovely ones and vaster. Some realms I owned, 2 continents. I miss them, but it wasn't a disaster. Even losing you, the joking voice gesture of I shan't have lied. It's evident. The art of losing's not too hard to master, though it may look like disaster.
I really like the piano on that one. Here's my Bella. She does not like these storms. And she doesn't. All right, let's play another one here. Oh, all right, you get in your spot, girl. Okay, you get in your spot, or one of these days she's going to bring that thing down on her. Oh. I don't hope so. I hope not. Let's see here. I'm gonna play a couple more. Let's see here. Not yet. Not that one. Not that one. Let's play this one.
In Cockwaddle, sunset or gray, dawn when the dagger points again of longing for what was never home. We needs must turn away from the voices that cry, come, that undersea ding-donging. Dingle-dongle bells and bluebells snap, dragon solstice, lunar love. The wasp pulling the honey, or the lamp soft on the snow. These are the times at which the will is vulnerable, the trigger finger slow, the spirit lonely. These are the times at which aloneness is too right, when homesick for the hollow heart of the Milky Way. The soundless clapper calls and we would follow, but earth and will are stronger and nearer, and we stay. when homesick for the hollow heart of the Milky Way. The soundless clapper calls and we would follow, but earth and will are stronger and nearer, and we stay. And these are the times at which aloneness is too right, when homesick for the hollow heart of the Milky Way. The soundless clapper calls and we would follow, but earth and will are stronger and nearer, and we stay. And we stay.
The warping night air having brought the boom of an owl's voice into her darkened room, we tell the wakened child that all she heard was an odd question from a forest bird, asking of us if rightly listened to, who cooks for you, and then who cooks for you. Words which can make our terrors bravely clear, can also thus domesticate a fear, and send a small child back to sleep at night, not listening for the sound of stealthy flight, or dreaming of some small thing in a claw, borne up to some dark branch and eaten raw. The warping night air having brought the boom of an owl's voice into her darkened room, we tell the wakened child that all she heard was an odd question from a forest bird, asking of us if rightly listened to, who cooks for you, and then who cooks for you. Words will words which can make our terrors bravely clear, can also thus domesticate a fear, and send a small child back to sleep at not listening for the sound of stealthy flight, dreaming of some small thing in a claw, borne up to some dark branch and eaten raw.
Yeah, the thunder's pealing.
aware or unaware. The reflex act of life, and when we bear our virtue onward, most impulsively, most full of invocation, and to be most instantly compelling certs there. We live most life, whoever breathes most air, and counts his dying years by sun and sea. But when a soul by choice and conscience doth throw out her full force on another soul, the conscience and the concentration both make mere life, love for life in perfect whole, and aim consummated is love in soul, as nature's magnetic heat rounds pole with pole.
I hope this is the one I'm thinking of.
A little peach in the orchard grew. A
starting.
I met the bishop on the road, and much said he and I. Those breasts are flat and falling now. Fair and foul are near of kin, and fair needs foul. My friends are gone, but that's a trade, no bed. Of excrement. Nothing can be so that has not been rent. His mansion in the place of excrement. For nothing can be so low that has not been
Yeah, storms are messing, so I'm going to play one more. Let's just play one more for the road. Y'all have a good day. I got to deal with storms and dogs and stuff, so here's something.
His eyes fast closed. The sails fall away below him like the sheets of his bed, leaving out in the air of the night the sleeper's head. Asleep he was transported there, asleep he curled. Of his reflection. The air was like marble. He said, up here I tower through the sky, for the marble wings on my tower top fly. But he sleeps on the top of his mast with his eyes closed tight. The gull inquired into his dream, which was, I must not fall. The spangled sea below wants me to fall.
All right, my friends. Thanks for hanging out with me for a little while. Too bad the storms and life happens. Hopefully we won't float away. I'll see y'all out in the chats. All right, go to Joe's. JoJo's going to be on. I'll see y'all there probably. Yeah.